The line may be anywhere else in the plane, correct? Anywhere else in the plane. So it doesn't mean that all lines equations will be the same. So for that, what we do is, first what we have to do is, let us we take a fixed line and a fixed another line, that is what we call coordinate system. Here it is. When you take coordinate system, no, this is very very important, x-axis and y-axis here. In this case, with referring the reference axis, we can go for the definition for these straight lines. Why? Because simply generally if you speak a line is in the plane, then if you cannot identify the position of the line, when the position of the line is not identified, then it's very difficult to identify each point of the line. So each point, if it is difficult to identify, then you cannot find the line, correct? So for that, what we have to do is we consider the reference axis. I now suppose you have a straight line like this, correct? If you have a straight line like this, then this line, what we do is, first what we have to study, how much this line is inclined with the coordinate axis. That is very very important. See this line, say for example here it is something 45 degrees inclined to the x-axis. So this inclination in terms of the tan function, we call it as slope. So what is slope then? Slope is nothing but the angle of inclination with the x-axis. So we can call it as tan theta. What is this? It is tan theta. So what is tan theta? Tan theta is the slope of the line. What is theta here? It is 45. So if you are interested to find the slope of this line, you can say it is tan 45 and this is 1. Tan 45 is 1. The slope of this line is 1. So slope may be negative also, slope may be any real number. So see, look at this inclination, if I make it as parallel to the y-axis exactly 90 degree, then you know very well tan 90 is infinity, tan 90 is not defined. Then very easily you can say that straightforward, when the line is perpendicular to the line x-axis, no, by the time the slope is not defined. Slope is not defined. Slope is not defined. You can also say that uh, parallel to the y-axis, slope never be possible. Okay. So tan 90 slope is not defined. You can say it is infinity also. Okay. Yes. Now, once again, this line, if I take parallel to the x-axis, the same line, or else it is coincided with the x-axis. By the time angle is 0, then you can say it is tan 0. What is tan 0 is 0. So, slope of any line which is parallel to the x-axis, then its slope will be always 0. So, remember that it's very very important. When the slope of a line is, when you are interested to find slope of a line, it is parallel to the x-axis 0 and perpendicular to the y-axis is always not defined, is always infinity. So this is what very very important. Okay. Yes. So now let us again we come back to the definitions of the straight line. What is the slope of a straight line? Yes, slope of a straight line is nothing but it is angle of inclination. It is angle of inclination. It is nothing but angle of inclination with the x-axis. In terms of tan function, we call it as a slope. Okay. Yes, we write the definition. Yes. Now let us we define what is slope first. Slope also called by name gradients. Slope is also called by gradient. Okay. Slope is also called by gradient. Slope, slope or gradient. Just I have to put 1 second. Slope or gradient. What is slope or gradient? Just you draw one small figure here. It is theta, okay? See here, let theta be the angle of inclination, angle of inclination with x-axis, then tan theta is called, slope of the line, slope of the given line, or else whatever the line you have taken, it is called slope of the line. Okay, so slope of the line is very clear. It is, what is the slope of the line? Slope of the line is when you find an angle theta here, its inclination in terms of the tan function, we call it as slope of the line. It is called slope of the line. ಇಲ್ಲಿ just current ಹೋಯ್ತೀಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, so we can't see properly. Okay, yes. Next, slope can be found whenever any 2 points on the line are given for us. Okay. Next, slope only cannot be found using theta. One theta is given, this is one of the method. Then if the theta is not given for us, then how to find the slope of the line? If theta is not given, then how to find slope of the line? Slope of a line when 2 points are given. When 2 points are given, okay, 2 points are given. Let us we take a graph of that. See, take a line here. See, this is, can say it is A and this is B. Okay, you can call it as A of x1 comma y1, and this is x2 comma y2. Let us draw the perpendicular lines to the x-axis, and then what you can say it is AP BQ. Okay, then draw one more perpendicular line. This is, you can say it is BR. Okay, now very simple here it is. If I extend this line here, say for example theta it is, then this is also theta, correct? This theta is nothing but angle made by this line with the x-axis, and it is only actually our slope tan theta, correct? So here this is also the same angle, so you can say that angle tan theta, here also the tan theta, then slope of this line will be same like this, correct? Yes, you can write very small description regarding this one. Okay, yes, now look at it. Let A of x1 comma y1 and B of x2 y2 be any 2 points on the line, correct? Just give me the sound less here. Okay, be any 2 points be any two points on the line. Okay. Ax1 y1 and bx2 y2, these are the any two points on the line here. Okay. So the next what we are here, what we are doing, then I drawn the perpendiculars. Draw, you can say it is, I will take here, draw BQ, or else first you write AP. AP and BQ perpendicular to x-axis. Later what you did here, BR is perpendicular to the AP. BR is perpendicular to AP. So now, yeah, fortunately current has come. Yes, AP and BQ both perpendicular to the x-axis. BR is perpendicular to the AP I have drawn here, correct? So now the thing is that later on what I did, angle, you can say it is something SBSP, or else angle ASP, which is same like angle ABR. Both are theta here, correct? Now if you come to this one, in the triangle of ABR, in the triangle ABR, what is tan function? Tan theta is very simple, because we know very well slope is nothing but it is always tan theta. So what is slope here? Tan theta. Tan theta is nothing but in this triangle ABR, opposite by adjacent, which is AR divided by BR. Now look at this. It's a very simple. What actually AR here? AR is nothing but total this height A to P minus R to P. What is actually A to P? This is nothing but parallel to the y-axis. So you can say it is y1. ये क्या होगा? ये तो y1 होगा. और what is PR? PR तो होगा इसका बराबर BQ के बराबर. What is BQ? BQ is y2. So you can say it is y2. So total ये जो distance है, this distance, A distance is y1, और जो distance है RP, this is y2. What will be AR now? AR is nothing but total distance minus this one. So you can say it is AR equal to y1 minus y2. Or next, what is BR? BR जो है, this is the distance. Actually from O to P, this distance, ये जो है x1 है. This is what x1 from here to here, correct? 0 से जो P है, ये तो x1 है, और O to Q है, means this is what x2, correct? This is x2. And now when you are expecting only this PQ, this is a difference of x1 and x2. So very clearly you can say that x1 minus x2, correct? So it is very simple. Whenever the slope you are interested to find, what is the slope here? Y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. You can also sometimes in the book, what they have given for us is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. What is that actually? Simply you take common in both minus. See, it's very simple. Whenever you change the sign in numerator and denominator, value में change नहीं होता है. Don't worry. So therefore, ये तो slope अभी क्या हुआ? What is the slope? Tan theta equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. You can say it is the slope. अभी तो बराबर है. So देखो, look at this very clearly. Whenever you are interested to find the slope of any line, when 2 points are given for us, simply आपको ये करना होगा. What you have to do here is find the difference of the y coordinate divided by difference of the x coordinate. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. बस इतना सा, nothing else in that. It is important you remember that, because most of the time you cannot identify the angle, what is the angle made by the line with the coordinate axis. So in such case what we do, we should know that, we must know that what are the points on the line. If you get any 2 points on the line, easily what you can do is, we can identify what is the slope of the line. Yes, please note down. Please note down. Yes, note down. Just after this, I go for the conditions. Conditions of the parallelism and perpendicularity. Correct? Conditions of the parallelism and perpendicularity. Yes. अच्छा इधर आते ऐड अच्छा यस थैंक यू. Yes. Now I go for the condition of uh, using this one. What we have studied. See slope. अभी आपको स्लोप पता है. स्लोप से क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. पैरेललिज्म के बारे में और परपेंडिकुलरिटी के बारे में. What we should know understand this slope. If they give slopes of 2 lines or 3 lines like that, or how we can identify their natures. Okay. Now it is very simple. Yes. Now condition for parallelism and perpendicularity. It is very clearly you can say it is what is condition. Okay. See अगर आपके पास दो slopes है या तीन slopes है ये सभी it can extend for any number of slopes. Okay. Now cases. First case. If you have two lines and both the lines are parallel. ऑब्वियसली आपको ये पता होगा कि वेरी क्लियरली कॉमन सेंस इट इज थीटा भी सेम होगा. तो व्हेन द थीटा इज सेम tan theta 1 is same as tan theta 2, then both the angles are same means values will be same. You can also say that generally slopes are denoted by when m1 equal to m2. इसका जो मीनिंग है whenever the slopes are equal, when m1 is equal to m2, so when slopes are same. See, it's very simple. Remember, जब भी whenever the slopes are same, then you can say that then both the lines are parallel. Both the lines are parallel. So ये तो बहुत इजी आसान का बात है. देखो ये जो लाइन एंगल थीटा इधर फॉर्म हो गया, इसका भी एंगल थीटा फॉर्म हो गया. दोनों का जो वैल्यू है सेम है, बराबर है. तो ऑब्वियसली ये दोनों जो लाइन है पैरेलल ही होगा, जो कभी भी इंटरसेक्ट नहीं होगा. क्योंकि व्हाई? बिकॉज ऑफ बोथ ऑफ दीज टू एंगल्स आर सेम हियर. यू कैन से थीटा 1 थीटा 2 बोथ आर इक्वल है. tan थीटा 1 सेम लाइक tan थीटा 2. इसमें तो बहुत बड़ी बात क्या है, इट्स वेरी सिंपल इट इज. तो सेकेंड वन, व्हेन अगर आपको लाइन्स आर परपेंडिकुलर, ये जो पैरेलल हो गया परपेंडिकुलर, तो परपेंडिकुलर है दोनों लाइन. अगर आपके पास दो लाइंस है तो इन दोनों का जो लाइंस अभी एक परपेंडिकुलर है, we should not take parallel to the x and y axis, otherwise it will give some different meaning, so better we will take some bend. Okay, so this is, I say it is theta 1. Okay, this is x axis. Now I will take like this, you can call it as theta 2, this is theta 1. So this is the angle 90 degree. Obviously ये तो 90 होगा. तो अभी देखो, let us look at this. आपको ये properties of geometry पता है. Sum of these two angles must be equal to theta 2. We know it's a common sense, correct? See in this one you can say theta 1 plus 90 जो है ये तो theta 2 हो गया. तो हमें ये चाहिए कि what is the value of theta 2, correct? Let us apply the tan function on both the side. Tan theta 2 equal to tan of 90 plus theta 1. I have just written like this. Left side का जो term है वो right side लिख रहा हूँ. This is left side. Okay. If I say this is m1 or m2, theta 2 is m2. Tan of 90 plus theta 1 आपको पता है ये तो cot होगा. तो इसका मतलब एक cot of theta 1. तो इसका मतलब होगा 1 by tan of theta 1. तो आपको ये पता होगा कि सॉरी tan 90 plus theta होगा minus cot. तो ये होगा minus 1 by tan theta 1. तो इसका वैल्यू होगा minus of 1 by m1. m2 becomes, m2 is minus 1 by m1. whenever you have m2 is equal to minus 1 by m1, आपको ये पता होगा कि obviously both the lines are perpendicular. Whenever two lines are perpendicular, you should know that m1 का जो वैल्यू है और m2 का जो वैल्यू है माइनस वन डिवाइडेड बाई रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ माइनस वन. और कुछ लोग ऐसे भी लिखते हैं, टेक दिस m1 हियर, मल्टीप्लीकेशन ऑफ m1 एंड m2 इट इज इक्वल टू माइनस वन. प्रोडक्ट कभी भी माइनस वन हो गया तो m1 एंड m2 का, तो इसका वैल्यू होगा कि माइनस वन, m1 इंटू m2 इज माइनस वन. तो इसका मतलब ये होता है कि both the lines are perpendicular to each other. So very clearly you can understand one thing, very important thing here you should remember, that whenever two lines are perpendicular, condition होगा m1 into m2 is minus 1. Whenever two lines are parallel, condition होगा m1 equal to m2. Now कभी भी you have to remember, always you have to remember that two lines are parallel, this condition, two lines are perpendicular, this condition. बराबर है? Yes. Is it okay? And it's very very important after this, when we go for angle between two lines, there also it is very very important results these we use in case of finding angle between two lines. Okay, so by the time also again we define, if angle is zero, between angle between two lines is zero, then obviously two lines are parallel or coincide. When angle between both of them is 90 degree, obviously there also it has to happen, or else you can say 1 plus m1 into m2 is 0. You can say it is 1 m1 into m2 is minus 1 0. What is इसका मीनिंग क्या होता है? तो 1 plus m1 into m2 equal to 0 ही हुआ ना. What is this? तो it's very simple है. So obviously you can say that 1 plus m1 into m2 equal to minus 1. ये तो बराबर है. Okay, so note down this part. Again it's very simple. Now I go for exercise part of this. Examples based on this will do. Okay. और else you can say directly फर्स्ट इसके पहले भी एक डेरिवेशन करेंगे, तो वो एंगल बिटवीन टू लाइंस भी करेंगे इधर ही, बाद में एक्सरसाइज करेंगे. एक्सरसाइज जो है 10.1 एंगल बिटवीन टू लाइंस. ओके, यस, नाउ आई गो फॉर एंगल बिटवीन टू लाइंस. वो भी एक डेरिवेशन कर लेंगे, बाद में विल गो फॉर एक्सरसाइज पार्ट. ओके, यस, easy. Actually it is very easy chapter. It is, there is nothing else, but you many results and formulas will come. So geometry में तो ऐसा ही होता है, बहुत सारे conditions आता है. You have to remember all the conditions and all that. It is very very important and you should remember that. Okay, if you remember the conditions then there is nothing else, because this same two dimensional geometry जो है वही आप लोग थ्री डायमेंशनल में भी मीन्स एक्सटेंड कर सकते हो. सेम प्रॉपर्टीज आता है. इधर जो स्लोप पढ़ते हैं वी लर्न हियर स्लोप, देयर वी लर्न इट एज डायरेक्शन कोसाइंस, डायरेक्शन रेशियोज लाइक दैट. ओके, सो नाउ आई गो फॉर एंगल बिटवीन टू लाइंस. ये थोड़ा सा स्मॉल डेरिवेशन है, एंगल बिटवीन टू लाइंस. ओके, ये भी एक वेरी स्मॉल डेरिवेशन है. इसको तो हम वही सेम कंडीशंस के ऊपर जब भी उन्होंने इफ दे गिव फॉर स्लोप्स टू अस, देन आराम से वी कैन गो फॉर एंगल बिटवीन द लाइंस. लेट अस यू ड्रॉ दिस स्मॉल फिगर. आई विल गो फॉर दिस. नाउ आई जस्ट टेक अ लाइन which is making an angle of alpha 1. Any angle you can take. आपको तो ये करना होगा. Yes, next second line it is an angle alpha 2. We are interested what is this angle theta, correct? If this angle is theta, obviously ये भी होगा theta, correct? हमें we are interested what is angle between these two lines. If I say this is L1 line and this is L2 line, what is angle between the lines L1 and L2 we are interested, correct? So what is this? This is what we are interested, correct? Again same logic, I say let L1 mm, L1 and L2, L1 and L2 be be the lines, or else be two lines, you can say be two lines, be the two lines, be two lines which make alpha 1 and alpha 2 angles with x axis. तो इसका मतलब व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस? इसका मतलब जो ए है tan अल्फा 1 और tan अल्फा 2 का जो वैल्यू है वो तो m1 एंड m2 होगा. Therefore tan अल्फा 1 becomes slope of the first line and tan अल्फा 2 जो होगा की slope of the second line. बराबर है? Very clear? Yes. Now look at this. Come to this point. Theta and alpha 1. Here, if I say theta plus alpha 1, again same logic, वही फिर से वही आ रहा है. दे तो this is t alpha 2, correct? But we are interested tan theta के बारे में. We are interested what is the angle between this. So take this to alpha here. So you can say theta equal to alpha 2 minus alpha 1. Theta 2 sorry theta equal to alpha 2 minus alpha 1. बट हमें ए पता है tan alpha 1 and tan alpha 2. What we have the data, no, based on that we have to use the formula. You should not again अरे सर वाई आपने क्यों साइन को क्यों यूज नहीं कर रहे, कॉस को क्यों? क्योंकि हमें कॉस का वैल्यू पता नहीं है. We know the only tan alpha value and tan alpha 2. So we have to apply tan on both the side. It's very simple. It completely mechanically it is. Okay. So then it is tan theta equal to tan of alpha 2 minus tan of alpha 1. इसका वैल्यू क्या होता है? अभी tan a minus tan b का वैल्यू क्या होता है? tan a minus tan b. tan alpha 1 minus tan alpha 2 by 1 plus tan alpha 1 into tan alpha 2. ये तो सिंपली अभी आपने जो पढ़ा ट्रिग्नोमेट्री में फॉर्मूला आता है tan of a minus b का जो फॉर्मूला है tan a minus tan b by 1 plus tan a into tan b. If trigonometry is already completed then no issue. If trigonometry is not completed, आपको ये याद रखना होगा कि एक फॉर्मूला है tan of a minus b का फॉर्मूला which is फिर से आता है tan a minus tan b by 1 plus tan a into tan b. ये तो important फॉर्मूला है, you have to remember this. tan of a minus b और a plus b आता है इसमें. tan a plus b जो होता है tan a plus tan b by 1 minus tan a into tan b. और now look at this, it is m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 into m2. What is this? tan alpha 1 के वैल्यू पता है, tan alpha 2 के भी वैल्यू पता है, और this is 1 plus m1 m2. अभी जो हम what we were searching for this tan theta equal to this is m1 minus m2. बराबर है? Very good. Now look at this tan theta equal to m1 minus m2 whenever you get. So generally what we do is we take modulus for this. Why? Because tan theta equal to m1 minus m2 by m plus m1 m2, if it comes negative then this value, if it is negative then angle होगा obtuse. हमें ये पता है whenever the tan का जो value है more than 90 आता है, when this angle is more than 90 then tan obviously comes in the second quadrant. Whenever it comes in the second quadrant obviously tan का function value 0 negative होगा. So say for example 91 92 up to 180 tan function का value negative होता है. जब भी आपको acute angle चाहिए, मतलब whenever when you want the angle between 0 to 90 you should have to take the value which is less than 90 means acute angle you are interested. By the time you have to take modulus. If you leave the modulus no issue, then you get obtuse angle. That's enough. Okay, so this means it is very simple. Here I have two cases. One is tan theta greater than 0. If it is positive then angle is obtuse, then it is obtuse. Sorry, yeah, it is acute, not obtuse. It is acute angle. Sorry. ऑब्ट्यूज कैसे होता है? ऑब्ट्यूज मतलब नेगेटिव तो आना ही होगा ना, ये तो acute. केस 2, whenever tan theta जो नेगेटिव होता है then angle is obtuse होता है. This is very simple logic. It is, there is nothing else too much more to go for here. When case 1 tan theta, this tan theta is negative, then angle is obtuse. When tan theta is positive, angle is acute angle. पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव दैट उतना ही आपको याद रखना होगा. केस 1 जो है tan थीटा पॉजिटिव, केस 2 tan थीटा नेगेटिव. केस 1 tan थीटा पॉजिटिव, केस 2 tan थीटा नेगेटिव. So this is what we have to remember. It's very simple. It is. So the straight line today what we have learned is very simple. One is the line. जब भी line, if you are interested to go for equations of the lines, no, or properties of the lines, no, you should remember first you have to study slope. Remember, slope is very very important for any equations of a line. So what is a slope? Slope is nothing but it is angle of inclination along with x-axis. Specifically, particularly x-axis, you should not take any y-axis here. This is one very very important thing. And the next thing is that the second one, how to find the slopes. There are two ways are there. One is in terms of the tan function, and another one whenever 2 points are given. Later on we go for again different methods are there. Another one is directly if an equation is given, how to find the slope. If a line is given in the linear form ax plus by plus equal to 0, how to find the slope. That is another method we'll learn in the next. Again, after learning the calculus, you will have one more method. Using the calculus method, you can find the slope. So like that, there are different ways are there. But now what we have studied, there are two methods. One is using angle, that is tan theta, and another one is using 2 points, that is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. बराबर है? This is very very important. You must be remember that slopes. And the next we go for after that angle between two lines. आपको angle between two lines तो पता ही होगा क्योंकि ये तो just depends on this one. And here you have to remember the formula tan theta equal to m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 into m2. m1 minus m2, which is same like, well, sorry, tan theta equal to m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 into m2. You must remember this is angle between two lines. And also I told you that whenever these two values are equal, obviously numerator becomes 0, tan 0 is 0. So the lines will be parallel. Whenever this value is 0, it will be 0 means a value divided by 0 is infinity. It is possible only when theta is 90 degree. That is angle between them is 90 degree. Okay, so the condition तो आपको पता ही होगा. What is the angle between two lines? Angle between two lines is tan theta equal to m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. When two lines are parallel, what is the meaning of that? Angle is 0, m1 equal to m2. Two lines are perpendicular, that is 1 plus m1 m2 equal to 0, or else m1 into m2 equal to minus 1. Okay. Okay, thank you. Today only I have started something adjustment and all that. It is bit take time and all that. I think it may not be the proper today. We'll do very seriously that. Something a bit problem, health issue. I couldn't come to the classrooms. So no problem. Okay, thank you.